Tonight on DC News Now, tracking the potential for a snowy mix this weekend. Chief Meteorologist Jackie Laird breaks down the hour-by-hour forecast for Sunday.
After intense backlash from veterans, the Department of Veterans Affairs is now walking back a rule that would lower disability ratings for service-connected illnesses and injuries. Why veterans are demanding the rules will repeal.
Families still displaced 5 days after a massive home explosion and fire here in Centerville, Virginia. How some families are settling back in after they were evacuated.
DC leaders give an update on the Potomac sewage spill.
Drinking water is separate from the sewer system, so our drinking water is not impacted.
The work being done right now to repair what's being called one of the largest wastewater spills in U.S. history.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight for DC News Now at 6 o'clock. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Susan Tran. We just can't seem to let it go, my friends. Just when our frozen scene has melted, the streets and sidewalks cleared, the trash finally hauled away, and snow is set to make its return.
Go figure.
I know. Let's take a live look at this beautiful sunset. We are looking live at the district from the top of Mount Washington, courtesy of EarthCam, and if only it could remain so pleasant.
Looks absolutely stunning out there right now. Love seeing the sun still out at the 6 o'clock hour, Jackie, but we do have some snow potentially coming our way.
Yes, we're looking at rain, then changing over to snow. That will be on Sunday, but you got to take advantage of Saturday.
Okay.
Saturday's the calm before the storm. I know. There's a big sigh. I think a lot of people are feeling that way as well. Whenever we mention more snow on the way, especially as the last storm, late January, finally that snow has now.
Still recovering.
Exactly. We're still recovering from that. But here's a look at some of the winter storm watches that have been issued. Those are in those areas shaded in that blue color on your screen. That does include areas to the north and west of the district, out towards parts of Loudoun County, up towards Frederick County, Maryland, and even up towards Westminster, parts of the Baltimore metro area too, and then right along the spine of the Blue Ridge and back out towards the mountains, out towards Garrett County, under that winter storm watch for Sunday, extending into Monday as well. These will likely be upgraded as we get closer to our Sunday system. Out there right now, though, we are drying out after some of that wet weather earlier this morning, even some of those rumbles of thunder, too, if you were up early this morning. That has since shifted its way off the coast. We're watching that system down across the plains. That'll be our system that comes into play for Sunday. But out there for Saturday, it's looking good. So any outdoor plans you may have or any errands you have to run, Saturday is your day to do so. And also, let's see those high temperatures back into those lower 50s under a mix of sun and clouds. We'll likely see more of those clouds slowly strolling in ahead of that system. That'll be slated to move its way in on Sunday. So Saturday, high temperatures into those 50s. Sunday, we're back in those lower 40s for high temperatures, but they will be dropping as that system will be sliding just off the coast. And we're talking about that rain to snow mix. And then Monday, still some snow showers out there early Monday morning. I'll talk about that snowfall accumulation, that snowfall forecast, what you can expect, and the timing, all coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Jackie, as we track that system moving through the DMV this weekend, we want to see snow where you live in your neighborhood. Scan the QR code here on your screen to send us your photos and videos. Your pictures could be featured right here on DC News Now as we monitor conditions all across the area. You can also head to our website, dcnewsnow.com/report it.
We're learning more details about the massive sewage spill that's impacting the whole of the DMV. DC's Mayor Muriel Bowser explaining there's not been any wastewater into the Potomac since February 9th.
But while crews continue to fix the broken pipe, all that sewage is now being pumped into a half-mile stretch of a canal that runs along the C&O Trail. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg was at that news conference. And Daniel, what else have we learned about this really concerning situation that started now more than a month ago?
Chris, the CEO of DC Water, says over time right now, the levels of E. coli in the Potomac River are steadily decreasing. Mayor Bowser has, of course, declared a local emergency and requested the president to declare a federal emergency. Now, President Trump has not responded to that request right now, which also includes asking for 100% reimbursement. But DC is working closely with the federal government already to monitor contamination and coordinate cleanup efforts. DC Water says repairs will cost $20 million million. Now, excavations began yesterday to fix the point of collapse of the Potomac Interceptor in Cabin John, Maryland. It's going to take quite some time.
We do think that by mid-March we will have completed and have everything back into going into the PI and be able, the Potomac Interceptor, and be able to shut down the flumes.
Now, DC Health is again asking people, they put out an advisory for people to avoid any contact with that water in the Potomac River because of the concern of gastrointestinal effects of the sewage. That includes not kayaking or boating, keeping your pets away, and just not touching the water at all. They say that since there has been no overflow since February 9th, they expect to lift that advisory on March 2nd. We're live in Southeast. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
Okay, a lot of new information there. Daniel, thank you. For more information on the Potomac sewage spill, you can head to our website, dcnewsnow.com.
The district commander for the Army Corps of Engineers is sharing with our Sunrise on the Hill team the work that they're doing to ensure the drinking water to the region remains safe.
So from the very beginning, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia all maintained that, yes, this is a problem, but the drinking water is safe. Is that still the case today?
Yes, I would be 100% behind that statement. We went from a process where we were testing 2 to 5 times a week to now testing daily. We're doing 7 times a day. 7 times a week, every week, to make sure that we are on top of whatever is coming in.
And you can watch Sunrise on the Hill right here on DC News Now every weekday morning from 6 until 9. Hosts Hillary Howard and Corey Smith will have more in-depth analysis and reports.
A DC man sentenced to 18 months in prison for driving his Jeep here in the National Mall. That happened back over the summer. Curtis Lear ripped up the grass and threatening people there. 30-year-old also faces 3 years of supervised release and must pay more than $9,000 in restitution. Lear had pleaded guilty to destruction of government property and assault with a dangerous weapon. After witnesses say he drove across the mall speeding during a crowded event. You can see here the tire tracks telling officers, though, it was just a joke while menacing bystanders. Well, new tonight in Virginia, finally returning home. Some families can now move back in following the massive house explosion in their neighborhood Sunday night.
Now, the blast forced dozens of families out of their homes as crews work to pinpoint the cause of the gas leak.
Yeah, DC News Now's Randy Bass has been following the fallout, has the latest tonight from Centerville.
Now, 5 days after the blast, crews are still here on site, working, digging, trying to find the source of any possible gas leaks. And as they work to narrow it down, some families have been allowed to return home. Gas crews still in the ground here Friday, working and testing Washington gas lines on Belle Plains Drive in search of possible leaks. Just steps away from where a home exploded and burst into flames Sunday evening, forcing dozens of families to leave home. Ken Hamer said he got a call from officials letting him know he could return home yesterday.
They sent us down to our house with a group of firefighters. Washington Gas turned on the gas and any appliances and things like that. And then the firefighters came back in to verify that nothing was leaking.
And no readings or anything when it came out?
No readings for our house.
Some neighbors telling us they're home, but still without gas service. No heat or hot water as crews check gas lines in the area. Other nearby residents like Lorraine Yo, not under evacuation.
It's been, unnerving, worrisome.
But keeping a close eye on the work happening just a few blocks from her home.
I have no real sense of how long it typically takes, but it does seem to be taking a while. But I guess there's a lot of lines there. They've got to dig down deep. But it is taking some time. I mean, fortunately, we're not evacuated. We know some people who have been. We're just hoping that they actually find it.
Fairfax County fire crews tell me there are about 21 homes still evacuated at this point, plus 67 or so homes that still do not have gas service as the work continues. At this point, no updates on any plans for any press conferences, potentially one over the weekend. In Centerville, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
New video out of Maryland as police search for the suspect wanted for killing an elderly man at his retirement home. Montgomery County investigators say someone shot and killed Robert Fuller Jr. He was found dead in his apartment Saturday. Now, the suspect is accused of getting into the Cozaire Potomac Senior Living Facility on the morning of Valentine's Day, shooting the 87-year-old in the head without being detected. And the images that you are seeing on the left-hand side of your screen right now, investigators note the suspect's gender is unclear. There's now now up to a $10,000 reward for information leading to an arrest.
The Supreme Court landing a major blow to President Trump's second-term agenda as the justices struck down his global tariffs. The court's ruling says tariffs are a tax, and the power to tax lies with Congress, not the president. President Trump now doubling down, announcing a 10% global tariff on top of the levies already in place. Democrats, they're praising the ruling, saying the tariffs have driven up prices and caused uncertainty for businesses.
I think our small businesses will be delighted.
What the ruling basically says is that companies that paid these tariffs are entitled to a refund.
Well, the president calling those who ruled against his tariffs a disgrace to our nation. Justices Barrett and Gorsuch joined Chief Justice Roberts and the three liberal justices in that 6-3 ruling. Coming up in our next half hour, our reporter on the Hill has more on the impact to small businesses.
If you have a health savings account, you could be missing out on some cash. But experts say most families are not aware of how to get the most out of that tax-free money.
Yeah, Laura Hutchinson is stretching your dollar tonight with changes you may not know about.
New year, new financial goals. If you're not taking advantage of a health savings account, perhaps this is the year to get started. They come with a lot of tax advantages and unique perks that can help you pay for medical expenses and build savings for the future. Like a 401k contribution, they're made with pre-tax dollars. And that money can be used for qualified medical expenses, including vision, dental costs, and prescription drugs. Employers and healthcare providers often contribute as well. And unlike flex spending accounts or FSAs, the money never expires. But did you know you can invest your HSA dollars in the market? Experts call HSAs the triple tax advantage because contributions are pre-tax, investment growth is tax-free, and withdrawal for qualified medical expenses are also tax-free. New this year, individuals can contribute up to $4,400 a year or $8,750 for families, with an additional $1,000 catch-up contribution starting at age 55. But many Americans aren't investing their HSA funds. Health Equity, the largest HSA custodian in the U.S. with 17 million accounts, reported less than 4.5% of them were invested last year. People are either unaware they have the option or feel uncomfortable with potential market downturns and not having immediate access to their money if they need it because of balance minimums.